Hey, so what's your name?
Marissa Acevedo. Giannina Chua.
Miriam George.
Hey, Amy.
Hi, Chris.
Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
I'm originally from the Philippines, but now I live in Somerset, New Jersey. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
From Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, but I was born in Singapore.
What do you study?
I study political science,
Economics.
Political science and Hispanic studies.
study sociology, and I'm a student in the 5-year Bachelor of Arts Master of Social Work program here at BC.
What's your favorite color?
Light blue.
Purple.
Favorite color is blue.
It changes all the time, but right now it's purple.
Where's your favorite spot to go at BC?
I love the Cubbies on 4th floor O'Neill.
Chocolate bar.
The Labyrinth. Definitely somewhere outside, like on the grass when it's nice out.
Eagles or Aggies?
Definitely Eagles.
Addies.
Eagles for sure. Eagles for sure.
Favorite class at BC?
Social innovation, entrepreneurship.
Persuasion and politics.
I took a class last semester called Body Politics.
It would definitely be Intro to Feminisms, taught by Professor Kim.
What's your favorite culture club event?
Favorite culture club event is PSBC Culture Show for sure.
I like the Sasa Culture Show. I really think that's a great representation of Indian cultures.
CISA Night Market.
I really like Heart of Taiwan.
And how has your identity as an Asian American changed during your time in college?
I think it changed in that before I was really focused on my own studies, my own friends, my own family, and I realized that to care about someone holistically, I need to care about their Asian American experience too if they're Asian.
So, what's an Asian American issue that you feel very strongly about, and how do you want to tackle it?
I think an Asian American issue I see is that because a lot of Asian Americans don't find relevancy in the social issues that happen and the events in the political news that come out, it's really hard when we do need that support and we do need that kind of assistance from other groups, that there's no platform for Asian Americans to speak on. And so what I want to do, or the way that I want to tackle it, is by providing more voices to this community. So I want to be able to allow Asian Americans to have a space to speak up, and the initial thing I plan on doing is by co-directing FFP, which is the Freshman Formation Program, and through this program about 20 freshman students can come and share their experiences on being an Asian American, and then through this hopefully can become empowered as an Asian American to pursue whatever they want to do, whether that's inside AC or even not in AC. And doing this, I feel like, gives a voice to people who can't really find a platform in this Asian American community to speak up in, because we are categorized and stereotyped as kind of a silent minority. And so by providing spaces for people to give and share their narratives, we'll hopefully tackle this issue. And even through other stuff, such as maybe what I want to do also, and what I'm planning to do throughout next year, is even doing research with the Lynch School on narratives for Asian Americans or other first-generation students that are coming into college, and therefore students can feel like there is a representation of them in these studies. In the research, it's not just all about white kids, it's about them as well, and it's about their experience. And so doing these things, I think, is the best way to provide a tangible voice to this community, because there needs to be that platform, and right now I don't think there is.
How has your Asian American identity changed and developed during your time in college?
Right, so when I first came to BC, I didn't really have any interest in joining any culture clubs or, doing anything in particular with my identity as an Asian American woman. But throughout my time here, I've grown to really appreciate it, and I want to celebrate it and show it and share it with others as much as possible. So yeah, I've grown a much deeper appreciation for what it means to be Asian American here at BC and in society as a whole.
And last question, what's an Asian American issue that you feel strongly about, and how do you want to tackle it?
The Asian American issue I feel the most strongly about is definitely one that stems from the model minority myth. So as the model minority, Asian Americans kind of have this elevated status or privilege above other people of color. We're seen as kind of the better minority or the more ideal minority, when in reality we face many issues that other people of color face as well. And I think we can use our advantage and our privilege as a model minority to raise up the other people of color who are struggling right now in our society. And here at BC, we can do that by giving a voice to other people of color, other culture clubs that are not within Asian Caucus, and supporting them and giving them a place and a platform and a voice here at BC.
Nice. Cool. And how has your identity as an Asian American changed during your time in college so far?
Well, the town that I grew up in was very diverse and it had a really big Indian population. So coming here and being the only Indian in several of my classes was a bit of a shock for me. But having the opportunity to share my culture with people who are not from the same background as me has been really formative. So I've really appreciated that.
Cool. And what's an Asian American issue that you feel very strongly about, and how do you plan to tackle it?
I'm really passionate about empowerment of minorities and immigrants. And through the work that I've done with the Asian American community in Boston, one issue that I've noticed is that a lot of Asian American individuals still face rampant discrimination. So for example, I worked at the Attorney General's office last summer, and I worked on so many cases where Asian Americans were denied housing or were harassed in the workplace specifically because of their race. And I view that as a really big problem because I think that Asian Americans have so much to contribute to society, and when they're not treated equally and when they have to do so much more work to achieve parity with the rest of society, they're not able to contribute as much as they would be able to otherwise. And I view that as a detriment to society as a whole. So I think that there's a lot of work that can be done in this arena, and what I'm specifically interested in is tackling the issue through a legal lens. So that's why I'm really interested in pursuing a career in civil rights law, because I want to do all the work I can to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to succeed in this country and to contribute to the lives of those around them, regardless of where they're from.
And how has your identity as an Asian American developed over 3 years in college?
Well, I would say that my sophomore year was a very formative year for me. I went through a number of experiences that made me believe that a lot of people on campus and off campus as well don't realize that issues like LGBT issues, immigrants issues, women's issues are Asian American issues. And I think it comes back to just the lack of understanding that we face these issues. And I think for me personally, that opened my eyes that I do need to advocate for these issues, especially how my sophomore year has.
What's an Asian American issue that you feel strongly about, and how do you plan to tackle it?
Yeah, I would say the lack of political representation here in the United States. Out of 7,200 elected officials in the United States, there are only 99 Asian Americans as elected officials. And out of 99, there are only 30 Asian American women. And that's kind of a jarring statistic, right? But if you think about it, without the lack of representation in government, how else are we to be able to advocate for each other? How else are we to get the resources that we need? And also just being able to have someone speak for us and voice our opinions. And I guess how I would tackle it personally is just helping people understand the importance of intersectionality, because without understanding that there are issues that happen within the Asian community, whether it's, like I said, LGBT issues, women's issues, socioeconomic status, not all Asians are rich, but being able to understand that helps us to better advocate for our community, and also understands that there is an importance to be part of politics, to be part of the movement that is happening here in the United States.